Yo, brother, you're at home with a geek, or actually on the road with a geek. I'm Mark, aka the little black dude. I have just entered Virginia. I believe that I am about a third of the way down to Florida at this point, and I'm just really enjoying the fact that I'm able to make this trip. For a little while I'm on the road, though, I do want to, talk to you guys a little bit about what has been happening. Home with a geek kind of just okay. The main situation is that my changed a lot. I was really starting to pick up steam when I started doing more videos, and I had plans to make a second channel around November, December. December was where everything really hit the fan, okay? At the time, I was working in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, but I was living in my hometown of Vineland, New Jersey. The reason why, unfortunately, was because I had hit a financial wall, and I was dealing with a lot of emotions that I was not, at the time, prepared to deal with. I was extremely depressed because the life I was leading wasn't what I wanted to be leading. And I felt like doing At Home with a Geek was a valuable form of therapy, but it really wasn't. It wasn't helping much of anything, to be honest, because it was less therapy and more a distraction. What I was doing was putting off the things I needed to handle. And that's part of the reason why Inside the Geek exists today. But we'll get to that not only at another time, but on my other channel. There will be a link in the down low, by the way. If you have not subscribed, please be sure to mash the subscribe button. And on both channels, ring my bell so that you can be part of the notification squad. Now, back to the situation at hand. Because of where I was living, it is I'd say, between 45-minute and hour drive back and forth. It's about 50 or so miles going back and forth to work every day. And that was really difficult to do. So what am I supposed to do? I had to figure it out. So did what I could, traveled however I could. I was not sleeping very much at all. I was exhausted most of the time. When I wasn't exhausted, I was upset. And it ended up affecting my capability to do my job. I was at a point where I was so behind, I was getting evicted. So I had to, move down to my hometown of Vineland, New Jersey, and did what I had to do to, keep my head above water. Then, as time went on, a friend of mine told me about a new store that was opening up in Vineland, which I had passed the construction for a number of times. Didn't have any clue what it was going to be. I was told about the interview for a store called Lidl, which is the store that I work at now. It is the first one of the stores that has been opened in the state of New Jersey. So it is pretty interesting being part of the opening group of people that worked in that store. So I was driving all the way up to Mount Laurel, and I was training in Pennsylvania, and then driving home every day, 5 days a week. I was exhausted. I had nothing in the way of energy when it came down to it. So making videos was friggin' impossible. With that said, I still was coming up with ideas. There were still things that were running through my head. I was still thinking about stuff I wanted to make, and I had plans for good things. And I'll be the first one to say that coming up with what I had come up with really was helpful, but there was only so much that I could really do because I was incapable of sitting down and making any real progress when it came down to it. So At Home with a Geek had to kind of be set aside. I didn't like it. I didn't want to set it aside, but I had to. It was either stop making videos and put your life back together, or keep making videos and lose everything. So I had to make the right choice. The choices I made to get to that point, I'm not proud of, because I lost a lot. I lost a home that I liked in a neighborhood I enjoyed. I lost my girlfriend because I wasn't letting her help me, because I didn't want her to, because I thought that if I let her help me, that would make her life harder, and I didn't feel like that was right. And I still think I'm wrong for that to this day, but the way things are at this point, I've finally gotten to a point where I've forgiven myself and just want to move forward. So December was where everything fell apart. I was in the planning phases for my 1-year anniversary video. I had the entire thing written out. It was all ready to go. And right around that time, I got in trouble at work, and I was told that if I was late one more time to work, I would be fired. And it happened about a week afterwards. Not only that, I ended up losing my car. I was in, a pretty bad state. So I went from 2 jobs down to 1, and it was becoming very difficult because I had no transportation. So I was taking the bus, and I was walking, and I was riding the bike, things like that, trying to get back and forth to the grocery store and make sure that I was still able to pay my bills and take care of the stuff I need to take care of. About almost 3 months ago now, a good friend of mine, when I was a kid, asked me, what I was doing for work, and I told him, but I wasn't happy about it, and I needed, something more, because I wanted to do something better. I wanted to be in a better position, monetarily, but I also wanted to be in a better position, period, because I wasn't happy. I don't think I've ever really been happy with the kind of work I was doing. So it was necessary for me to find my way to something new. And I ended up getting a job as a jeweler's apprentice, working at Dondero's Fine Diamonds and Jewelry in Vineland, New Jersey. And I friggin' love it. I have to laugh though. As big of a Steven Universe fan as I am, the fact that I'm becoming a jeweler just makes it that much more amusing. I will say this though. The life that I am going to be leading because of the changes that I've had to make is a lot more satisfying, simply because I don't feel like I have to do everything possible just to keep my head above water. I also feel satisfied with the things that I'm doing because I enjoy where I work. I also love the fact that I don't have to make an hour commute to get back and forth to work every day. And it gives me a lot more as far as time, as far as energy, as far as, freedom to do things. But unfortunately, because of how I was feeling, I couldn't find the will to make new videos. Not because I didn't have ideas, and certainly not because I stopped caring about my brothers and sisters. It just wasn't in the cards at the time. Well, this road trip that I am taking is happening because I needed a change, and the opportunity for that change presented itself. And therefore, I am not only using it to my advantage, I am using it to entertain the likes of my brothers and sisters, the people who have stuck with me for all of this time. So, this is my rebirth and resurgence, and I hope very much so that it helps somebody, anybody, to see what's going on. So, if you are not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would mash the subscribe button in the download. And I would really enjoy hearing you ring my bell so you can continue to be part of the notification squad so that you see every upload I put up. And be sure to check out Inside the Geek, which is my second channel. You will find a link in the download for that as well, so that you can see some of the other sides of things. Because the stuff that I do that isn't so much about, geekdom and fandom is going to end up over there. And I've got some pretty cool things in mind. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a follow-up video to this one that's going to be on Inside the Geek. So definitely check it out. I'm going to put a link in the download for that one as well. I'm still driving. It's almost the middle of the night, but we'll get there. we're still on our way. Virginia is where I am. I still got, what, 3 more states to go through? What is that? North and South Carolina and Georgia at this point. I will get back with you guys, and hopefully everybody is seeing, you know, some of this here. Please comment. Let me know how far you think I'll get tonight. You know, start making wagers. How far will the little black dude go? Until next time I live here, this is the little black dude. Stay geek and proud.